everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. We're gonna be talking about, is Doctor Strange broken? Yes, the answer is yes. The science has said that Doctor Strange is broken. We have conclusive proof that he needs to be fixed. So we're gonna dive into that a little bit. We've got another, I'll call it sort of round table session that we're gonna be doing later this week on Thursday. So look for that. That should be a good fun time. We'll be chatting with a bunch of people from the Omega Flight server who've built up Doctor Strange. Some of them switching around. People don't seem to be super happy. So anyway, I'm going to sort of preface some of that in this video here today. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Hammer down on like buttons, click notification bells, subscription buttons, all that sort of thing. All right, let's check it out.
WolverThor.
All right, so high level. Let's talk high level. So I'm on my Strange randomly because I just figured why not? You know, that would be the thing that would make sense to have in the background of this video. So I'm on the Omega Flight server. Strange is not my main, but I've got a lot of strong Stranges in my alliance and on my server. And they've been talking for a while, pretty much, I'd say, at least a few weeks now, where they say Strange feels different, that there's something about him that is not as strong as he used to be. Now, some of the specifics they're talking about, and this is the part I want to hear from anybody who plays Doctor Strange. They're saying is like that he feels squishier, that, you know, they used to be able to tank something, and that now it doesn't do that, or he doesn't do that as well. One of the things that I did put in a video, and this is somewhat separate in a video previously, that, okay, why don't you go do that over there? A little interruption there. Is that I think I had, what was it? The Book of Ashanti, and I want to say, or it might have, yeah, it was the Book of Ashanti, and I think there's another one where the 7 Rings of Ragnar, where they're clicking it and it doesn't work. So, you know, I had the video for that where it should show these, he shoots the grains. Yags had it in an invasion and it just stopped. So you can go check that video out if you'd like. But there's also apparently not working with some of the other abilities. Now, I will say that we've experienced this a little bit with Storm. I've experienced it even with Widow and her Deluge. So I don't know exactly what's going on with it, but these abilities should be working. And what's happening a lot of times is, like in this particular one, Strange would put out his arm and it just sit there. So I don't know what's up. Let me know if you guys are experiencing that as well, but that is one of the things. So the other part we were talking about is, like I said, Strange seems to be squishier. Now, one of the things that Strange sort of leans into with his gear is it seems to be where these sets, you'll see there's I think all of them have attack, but it'll be, you know, HP. Okay, so these are all HP, and that's just modern. Stark City, HP. Now it's like, okay, that's not all that exciting. Xanderth, HP. You know, so the second stat on these is sort of like, okay, so you're making it so he's a little bit tankier, right? So HP on all of these so far. So all of his secondary stat is HP, which, again, I would argue that if that's going to do that, the only reason, and hey, defense. So the only reason you're going to do that sort of stat, HP again, on any set of gear is the secondary. This one obviously is different because it's got 2 skills. But if you're going to do that, again, HP, is you want to be tanky. You want to be able to live for a while. Right? You don't want to be able to sit and actually not, you don't want to get one shot, right? So all of this gear is set up that way. It's all HP and defense, all of it. You know, you go through here, have we gotten anything yet, right? Now, one of them that tends to lean into the PvE is Savage Shadowlands. Super villain damage decrease. Like, how terrible does that feel as an actual set bonus? Like, I mean, look, invasion is tough and all that, and it's hard, But the game seems to be all about DPS races, not longevity, but races. So they leaned into everything on this. Let's go to steampunk. All right, so it's again, these are a little different, I guess, because it's the classes. Rise of the East, same thing, where it's just, you know, multiple skills, and then Eyes of Osiris, where it's like it's going to the skill set. So those are a little different, but so every ability in these costumes all seems to be where it's actually something that you're wanting to live longer. So that's where it's like Netmarble is clearly leaned into. Doctor Strange is going to. Doctor Strange is meant to stick around and live for a bit. Problem being is that what they're finding is, and this is the part I'm curious for any Doctor Strange out there, cooldowns. Now, if he doesn't hit as hard as somebody, he better get more abilities off. Now, I think in general, a lot of the things you'll get out of him are cooldown decreases. You might want to lean into that a little bit. Maybe hit that cooldown decrease maximum. But if you're not, if you're not able to do that, are you not being able to survive? If Iron Man can get 2 abilities off in the time you can get 1, and he hits harder, what's the problem there? Like, I feel like that shouldn't be the case, right? Like, we should be able to, actually get something where you're going, hold on a second, I want to actually compete with this person. Like, what can I do? What can I do to actually compete if I'm taking forever to attack somebody and my abilities aren't hitting that hard? So are you guys actually experiencing that where it's, it takes Doctor Strange twice as long to get abilities off? I mean, he does have some longer casting times. They fixed Storm. Is Doctor Strange next? Do they need to fix Doctor Strange? I sort of think they kind of need to. When I'm looking at stuff that you can get for badges from him, he seems to be pretty consistent from the as the other characters. On the stats for the gear, again, all seems to be pretty normal. You're going to want to get that crit damage type of stuff on the chest, maybe the crit rate. In his specializations, and I don't even know the specializations that well, but my understanding of them is, as you go around and kind of click on these, it's like duration of all debuffs. Okay. Damage received, decreased damage received. Again, tank. Decreases remaining cooldown. All right. So that's the cooldown aspect that I'm talking about. Increase max cooldown decrease. So it's increasing that. So again, lean into your cooldowns. Guard damage. That's decreased cooldown. Accuracy rate. I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong one. Increase max damage rate. Let's see, increased skill cooldown, increased duration of status effects, skill particular damage of 1, immunity, increases immunity rate, and ultimate gauge recovery, which honestly, I don't know if as much as I love his ultimate, it's only a PvE thing, so I'm not sure I would do that. So it's, a lot of cooldown and some damage decreases there, so I'm going like, again, what are we doing here with him, right? Like, I'm a little torn on wanting to know and understand exactly how he's meant to be. And again, I'm looking off to the side here. I've got the stat sheet, and it looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe all of his, let's see, on his cards, the set bonuses, slots. I mean, they're talking about some of that. What can you get for exclusives? I see it all as pretty similar. There might be a couple different ones in there that I'm not seeing. The elite stat, yeah, I mean, it seems to be all of the same that maybe no defense pierce. It looks like maybe is one he doesn't get. But besides that, it's like, okay, so what are you supposed to do with this guy? How are you supposed to make him better? One of the things when I was talking to some of the Doctor Stranges about this is, I'd love to hear from Netmarble for them to say either, hey, you know what? We actually messed something up here and if you guys remember that defense pierce issue where out of nowhere, defense pierce just became super big deal. It was like they changed something. It seemed like after that, not directly after that, but sometime after they maybe repaired that Doctor Strange had a hiccup. So I'm wondering if, we accidentally changed something in the calculations, specifically of Doctor Strange or specifically with a stat, whatever it might be, where we realized we did something wrong here and now we've got to go fix it. So are they going to admit that? I don't know. But one of the things I do know is they want to make sure that they're upfront and sharing some of this information, because a lot of Doctor Stranges seem to be switching characters and or quitting, which I don't play him, so I don't know as much why, but I do think that he should absolutely like find a way to fix him if he's got a problem. So let me know what you think as far as Strange goes. Is he fine? Or actually, the other thing that Marvel could say is you're playing him wrong. You have not figured out the formula for Doctor Strange yet. No player has figured out this formula, and he's fine the way he is. You have not figured out the right techniques yet. It's one or the other, right? They either mess something up or we haven't figured out how to play him right. So I'd love to hear that. And again, Doctor Strange is out there. Comment below how the right Doctor Strange is meant to be played. Are we just missing something? Are the folks I'm talking to like, you know, did they get something changed to their kit? Did the stats change? These players I'm talking to are all good players and they're trustworthy and they would know if something changes just out of nowhere. So that's where we're kind of at with this guy. Again, I mean, I want to know, do we need to pressure Net Marvel to tell us some information here? Do we need to ask them, hey, like really focus on Doctor Strange? You know, does his range need to be a little better? I don't know. One thing I would like to see with the characters in general is, you know, while they might have wanted a character to be a support might not do what it needs to do in a PvP race or a DPS race. So, all right, that's all I got for today. Definitely let me know, you know, what your thoughts are on Strange or what you've experienced. Like I mentioned, we're going to have a sort of roundtable later this week. So hammer down the like button, click the notification bell, subscribe. We'll either do that roundtable on my Twitch stream or a YouTube video, or we'll see if, you know, some of our friends, Half-Send or Goofy or somebody's around, see what we're going to do. So, yeah, we appreciate you stopping by. And until next time, hope you have a wonderful day.